do something, yeah. Has anyone ever heard the term eat the frog before? No? So I was in banking for over 10 years, and it was a phrase that came up quite a lot in banking. And it talks about eating the frog. You basically get the rubbishy tasks that you're most afraid to do, get that out of the way, get it done, and then you can enjoy the rest of your day doing the tasks that you feel less stressful, that you're not going to procrastinate over, that you're going to enjoy a wee bit more doing during the day. Not only is that applicable in work, but that can also apply to your personal life, such as taking the bin out, going for that run, cleaning the house, or for us Y girls, sending people messages about the opportunity or messaging about parties. Eating the frog requires self-discipline, and self-discipline is made up of a couple of things. It's made up of your mindset and also made up of your why as well. So your mindset is something that is kind of built into you as soon as you're born. It's your mindset is your belief to accomplish something. So whether you think that you can pass that exam at school, pass your driving test, or whether you believe you're going to go to college, university, or achieve whatever you want to achieve in life. Your mindset is made up of, like, from your childhood really, and it's how you're raised, and people kind of develop their mindsets, like, depending on how you've been brought up. Some people have different challenges within your mindset, so some people need to work a wee bit harder, some people, depending on how they're brought up, have a really, really strong mindset from the beginning, just need to keep maintaining it. Your why is why you're doing this. We've all discussed this in Lola's group or any other group, why we're doing what we're doing today. So for the majority of us that have children, your why is your kids, because you want your kids to have a certain type of life that you may or may not have had, or that you want to maintain for them. Perhaps you want to retire, a spouse, you want to, have a partner that's not working as much so you can travel, or some people aren't money orientated and perhaps want just to make new friends, develop their self-confidence. It's, your why is something, why you're doing whatever you're doing in life. This needs to be worked on consistently, and your why will change over time. Your mindset will change over time. As Lola said, I've read nearly every single book and watched nearly every single video out there, and it changes over time. You need to massively work on it consistently, and when you do work on this, it becomes far easier because your confidence therefore grows and your belief in yourself therefore grows. You find it much easier to eat the frog and get those tasks out of the way and do what you enjoy doing, which makes your day so much better. We all have different strengths here as well. So, for example, Lola's better at things that I'm better at, but I'm better at things that maybe Ray's better at, and it all goes round. So we all have different strengths, and when you find your different strengths, that's called inspired actions. And inspired actions are the things that you're naturally good at, and the things that you maybe find easy or that you get most success in. So for Nat Mac, it's parties. That's her inspired action, and she finds it maybe easier to get parties than other people. And it's like a sort of stroke of self-genius, effectively, where when you eat the frog, do the crappy actions that you maybe don't like to do, you can focus on doing the things that you enjoy doing and that you get value out of, and those things that build up will make you a happier, better person going on. And you discover your strengths and you discover your weaknesses that you can then work and develop on when you're working on yourself that way. And it's a release of true genius. But your inspired actions become effortless over time, and it's actually recommended that you do 3 inspired actions every single day. And that's not necessarily like a unique base, but that can be anything that you enjoy doing. Like, it can just be like a general hobby, if it's like baking or sewing or whatever, or painting. Inspired actions, just something that you enjoy doing, that you get a bit of pleasure out of, just makes you a happier person. It just takes the edge off the day, really. So in this talk, I'm kind of going to touch on a couple of personal experiences, and it's not because like I've become this massive mindset guru and everything, but it's just to try and, like, my journey's only just begun, and it just shows that I just want to show that some small actions that I've taken over the last year have changed my life massively. Whew. So, exactly a year ago to the day, I left a 7-year relationship and a 3-year marriage, and I didn't think this was going to get to me. But I took action and I did something. I had been doing Unique for 7 or 8 months, and I've been doing, as Lola says, I've been doing a lot of personal development, kind of working on myself, discovering who I was and what I could be. And I really understood that you become one of the 5 people that you spend most of your time with. And I realised in that time that I was never going to be the person that I really wanted to be if I was still in that environment. And when I realised this, it was really, really tough, because I knew that I was going to have to make a massive change, but the massive change and then doing something was the scariest thing I was ever going to have to do. I imagined that making a change and leaving and starting a new life with my son, who was 18 months old at the time, I kind of imagined that I was probably going to go into a worse type of life than what I would be in living now. And I was going to imagine that I would not be able to live to the same standard of living as what I did at that time. I imagined I was probably going to have to leave Unique to get a full-time job to focus on being able to raise my son by myself. So I was kind of dwelling on the negative side of the what ifs, because it was a totally unknown. But instead of looking on kind of going, right, well, I'm quite unhappy now, so this could actually make me happy, I was actually looking, well, I'm quite unhappy right now, but I could probably be unhappier if I leave and do something about it. So I decided to do something, and I made that change, and it was the hardest thing. Even though I was so unhappy, it was the hardest thing that I had ever done. And I've not lived at home since I was 18, and I'm 32 now, so I was 31 at the time, and I was going back to my parents with my tail between my legs, and it was really one of the most bitter pills that I've ever had to swallow, and kind of admit to the fact that I was making this massive, massive life change. And as soon as I did it, albeit it was hard and had a really kind of difficult emotional year off the back of it, I was proud of the fact that I took that step, I ripped that bandage off, and I did something, and to change my life in the thought of kind of stepping into the unknown and making my life better. And weirdly, so it was this time last year, weirdly, in February, Team Buttes hit orange status, and then off the back of that, I'm kind of going, wow, like the universe is actually telling me something here, because I knew immediately that a weight was lifted off my shoulders, and kind of like, I actually think the universe is telling me that I've made the right decision here, so I knew that I was on the right track. I have this idol, and like, absolutely love her, and she has this, like, you can tell me if you know it. If anything is worth having, it's sure enough worth fighting for. Quitting's out of the question. When it gets tough, you gotta fight some more. Does anyone know who that is? Sheza, yeah, hello. Yeah, Sheza, like, totally love her. But kind of lols aside, it's true, like, if we were all the same, and if anything, if it was easy to get to black status, like, we would all be black status, and we would probably all still be quite unsatisfied with our lives, because we hadn't really gone through a bit of a struggle to reflect on, to make ourselves feel proud. So you kind of have to go through the tough, hard times in order for things to get better. And I truly and honestly, wholeheartedly believe that Derek and Melanie and Lola have given us the tools available to become successful within our businesses. We have everything within our team group and within our company to become successful. The only thing that we need is for us personally to do something ourselves. We actually, Black Status doesn't come for free. We need to do something. So, off the back of that, can you put your hand up, please, if you have hit a brick wall within your business? Hello, I have. So, that's the majority of the room there. So, pretty much all of us have hit a brick wall within our business. After I qualified for Mexico last year, I literally went into hibernation, and my mind and my body went into a physical coma, and I knew in myself that I had to do something, and I had to pull my finger out and actually continue working my business, continue talking to people, building relationships, widening my circle, offering parties, selling products, but I couldn't. Instead I was just watching Netflix and just being like, oh my god, I really have to do something, I really have to do something, I really have to do something. But I physically couldn't. I just for just some reason, my mind and my body went numb. And I would compare myself to other people that were getting promotions, and other people on the leaderboard that had so many sales, and other people that had recruited so many others and everything, and I just felt crap being like, I'm still watching Netflix and I still can't do anything. oh my god, Sarah, do something, and I just couldn't. And a lot of the time, that's when people hit that brick wall, people then go, oh my god, this isn't for me. Obviously, this business isn't for me. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to quit. I can't be bothered. I'm just going to quit. And I, pretty much from the beginning, I remember having a conversation with Lola, just as soon as I started, and I was talking about Black Status, and I was just in my head going, oh my god, yeah, I'm going to be black, I'm going to be black, I'm going to be black. And I knew then, and I've always believed ever since, that I was going to be Black Status. And it was that kept me going. I never lost sight of that, and I've had conversations with my teamies about it and gone, no, I still 100% believe I am going to be Black Status. So instead of quitting, maybe I just need to take a wee bit of time out after everything that's happened to me over this last year, and just kind of let my mind and my body recharge, and continue to try and plug away and do something, but just let myself heal effectively and move on and do that. And that's what the nature of this business is all about. You work for yourself, you don't work for anyone else. So as long as you still have your shop front open, and as long as you're still doing something, even if it's a little bit, as long as you're still doing something and keeping your business alive, and you still believe in your end goal, you will succeed in doing it. You have to answer to anyone else. There's not that pressure, so don't ever feel that you're getting pressure from your upline or your sidelines or anything, or comparing anything to anyone else, because you will still succeed and you will still be whatever you want to be, as long as you just keep your hand in and keep doing it. And we all want to succeed, because the fact that we're all here tonight shows that there's something in you that wants to succeed and that wants to do something. So that's amazing. So well done to all of you for that. But we all handle things differently. We all handle kind of stresses and pressures differently from everyone. So it's about how you learn to deal with that helps you then push through that brick wall and get to that next better level that you need to get to. And I'm still trying to overcome my lull that I've been in, and still I'm probably not quite close to 100% yet, but I'm still trying to work through and let myself charge and heal and get to where I need to be, so I can be back on top performance again. But I do have some tips that I hope help all of you because if any of my tips help any of you push through your brick walls and realise that you can be the best you can be, then I know that I've helped in some way. So here is how I've helped myself try and get through my lull. So as I said earlier, I believe in my end goal. So again, going back to being in banking for 10 years. So I left uni, was in the bank anyway, got another role in the bank, and I remember sitting at my desk one day and I was typing on the computer, and I remember thinking, like, is this it? Is this it for my life? Oh my god. You know, like, I kind of had resigned myself to the fact I was going to be in banking for the rest of my life, and I'm like, I don't even know what I want to be. Like, I don't even know what I want to get to. I'm trying to like imagine myself in different roles, and I couldn't. So when I went on maternity leave and had my son, and then decided I wasn't going to go back to the bank, and then I joined Unique, I was like, right, this is why I couldn't visualise myself getting to a certain position in the bank, because this is my calling. So sometimes when you imagine, or you try to imagine yourself in certain situations, and you maybe kind of can't get it, or you can't like totally visualise how you, maybe it's just not for you, but maybe something else is for you. So don't put yourself under that pressure of thinking like, oh, this has to be it, this has to be it, because you don't know what's around the corner. And I 100% know that I will be black status, and that I will be able to help thousands of women and men within an entrepreneurial industry, because I just know I will. So that, and I have that comfort in knowing that whether it's through network marketing or whether it's through speaking, that's my kind of calling, and I totally feel like at ease with it. And I know that through having comfort in like visualizations and in affirmations. And funnily enough, I was listening to an audio on the way down this morning when I was driving, and the chap, like, when people say like you're listening to affirmations, or you say affirmations to yourself and you say, I am a millionaire, I am this, I am successful, I am this, I am this, that's always not like as good as affirmations are. Imagine the action the affirmations take to get you there. So if you say things like, I am a strong conversation builder that can help enhance other women's lives, it's say the affirmation in the action, and that's what will then give you the drive. So instead of kind of maybe focusing on the end result, focus on the affirming the action to help give yourself the confidence in order to help yourself get there. But affirmation and visualizations are the best things. If you've not got a vision board, get one, because I swear to God they are true. My second point is do not compare. It is the easiest and the worst thing that you can do in your life, and I do it all the time, and I hate myself for it. But when you compare yourself to other people, if you imagine, has that person done exactly the same? Has that person had the exact same life that you have had? No. So then you cannot compare yourself to anyone else, because they have not had the same life as you had. So I'll compare myself to Lola. Oh, Lola got black in a year. I never. Well, you know, Lola's not had my life. I've not had Lola's life. So boom, Lola's done completely different things to what I have in life, and our lives are completely different. So she's done X, Y, Z. I have not done X, Y, Z. There you go. So have a word with yourself. Sometimes you need to be a wee bit firm with yourself as well. I'm very straight talker, I'm very blunt and to the point. No Billy Bill with me, and I have to have a word with myself all the time. Stop comparing yourself. It's ridiculous. My third point is, I'm going to get a wee bit hippie now here as well, because I'm a wee bit spiritual, but meditation is like the new in thing, and I swear to God, it's like one of the best things you can do as well. I think everyone's like, I've started to kind of notice a bit of a trend in the whole kind of entrepreneurial business world, where everyone's kind of got bored of being miserable and unhappy with life, and kind of people are starting to cotton on to the fact of, do you know what, if I actually start being a wee bit more positive, actually better things will happen in my life. And so meditation is, I'm not telling everyone to go sit cross-legged in a darkened room surrounded by candles and start chanting or anything. I'm just saying, if you you know, you're in your room, or say you're in the bath. That's probably the best place to do it. It's my favourite place in the world. And just sit, and you take a deep breath in of all the positive things of where you want to be in life and what you want to achieve, and blow out any negative worries. Just spend 5 minutes a day just taking deep breaths. I did a pregnancy, I think you did it as well, Jodie, a pregnancy yoga class of where breathing helps you with labour. That helps you in life as well. If you spend 5 minutes doing it just to kind of clear your head, if you're feeling a wee bit worried or stressed, take some deep breaths and blow them away, and that helps you massively. And see, when you get into the habit of doing that consistently, honestly, the things that will come to you, crazy like gut feelings, which is such an massive like intuition place, hugely comes to you, and it just blows away all your worries. It helps you kind of like reset yourself, refocus and recenter, and know where you want to get to. Meditation is amazing. I highly recommend it to everyone. And my fourth and final point is what my conversation has been about. Just do something. Like, you're not going to get to wherever you want to get to if you're sitting on your ass with your finger up your bum. You're not going to get anywhere. You have to do something. So even if, like, you know, if you're feeling down, or if you're struggling, or you're feeling times are tough, do you know what? Like, just adjust the gears accordingly. Go from 5th down to 3rd, and just post one picture. Just do one post. Just do a little thing. It doesn't need to be messaging 50 million people, adding 50 million people. You don't need to force yourself to create momentum, because then you're not going to feel good about yourself, and you're not going to be authentic if you do that. But if you just do little things in the beginning to help just tick things over and keep things going, and then push yourself to where you want to be, then as soon as momentum starts to create, and the compound effect, which Pete's going to talk about, booms, then you're going to start to get places, and then you can crank it up a gear. But just doing something is the most important thing, and Lola taught me that. And she gave me a kick up the bum by saying, Sarah, just do something. And I was like, what do I do? But just do something, and it massively, massively helps. You need to figure it out for yourself, and just doing something is what. But that kind of helps you push yourself out your comfort zone. We are all here today because we joined a business and we want to succeed at whatever level, but we want to succeed in something. We all have our own targets and missions in life, and we have the tools available. We can all do this. There's no competition with any of us. We're all here to help support each other. We're all here to love and to help each other in whatever way that we can. And you know, we all have the tools, from Derek and Melanie, and I said Lola before, like, to be able to achieve whatever we want to do. So we can all do this, regardless of how you feel when you've hit your brick wall. We can all do this, but it just takes you the momentum to do something that will make it happen for you. And I wish absolutely all of you here, all of you within the teams, anyone who's joined Unique, anyone in general that decides to be bolshy enough to go out and do it for themselves, I wish you all a beaut life, because you all deserve one.